come into chat. Her and Nadia used to fight all the time. I remember that because, like,
Yeah.
right before her and I stopped talking, Nadia had disappeared. And Laura had told me one day that she's like, oh, Nadia's, I don't know where she went. And I'm like, well, did you try,
Nadi
like,
would go on
reaching out to
vacation
her?
or go to work. Yeah. Nadi, that was her excuse. She'd leave. Yeah. What
Yeah, and
was
I'm
your question?
like, what? Like, I don't know. There's a lot. It just sounds like there's a lot of like toxic dynamics going on in there
It
with the
is.
people,
There
where
are.
it's like you're constantly fighting, and then it's like this push pull thing where it's like why is everybody? And maybe you guys could help me out, but like, why does everybody leave and then come back, and then leave and then come back? Like, what is going on in her groups?
Because I think for me, it was because she would make the promise. At the end of the year, it seemed like it was always that promise. I'm going to
Right.
go back to true crime. I'm going to stop the drama. She even made the Karen Reed case. She was like, okay, I'm going to go back to the Karen Reed case, or I'm going to do this case. And we would always say, okay, or we'd fall for it, okay, or new people would come in, and it was just this last batch of people that came in. She was like, we'll get along with these people, and it's like, why? Why make
Right.
friends with these people? It was like this last batch. They're just gonna leave. She's like, well, y'all not here for them. You're here for us. And then she'd say, well, go make friends. And it's like,
So weird,
why?
dude.
Because we're just gonna lose them again, and we're gonna have to sit here. When Tracy had left, it was a torturous thing for us when Jenna Moon left and
Yeah, I remember
Galloway
that.
left. That
Oh my
tore us
God, I
apart. And
remember
then
her.
Hummingbird, and and all of them left. Stacy Marie. I'm sorry, Anastasia. I'm sorry, Stacy. Like
Wow.
everybody had left. It's like you see me shout, I'll fuck up all the time.
Yeah. She doesn't realize what, especially for me, when those two groups left. I don't know, probably maybe for Tyra too, but when those two groups left, it tore my heart out.
You gotta think, I've been
Yeah.
through 5 groups so far. I've been
Holy
through
shit.
5 friendships. Friendships. You gotta think
Yeah.
Mandy Lynn and all left,
Yep.
and the Hummingbird and all left, and then
Jesus.
it's just been like, and you gotta think Laura's just like, oh, there are another group's just gonna come in. Oh, Crystal left. I hope she comes back, but if she don't, we'll be okay.
Another person
No,
will come in. Who? All right. I gotta ask you guys a question. If Crystal left, because like I feel like just watching for the last couple of years and knowing her for the last couple of years, she always seems to have like that one mean person. You know what I'm saying? That's always like her main
yeah.
mod that she's paying the most attention to in her chats. That she's always reading their comments. She's always kissing their ass basically because they're probably paying her a lot. Who is
But
gonna
Crystal,
step up?
I don't think Crystal was paying her a lot. I just think
No.
Crystal was really a good person now, and I think
Right.
Crystal really did a good mod job and stepped up and took responsibility. I really do think now Crystal just stepped up for Laura
And so
and
who's gonna
was
do
her
that
rock.
now? Who's gonna be the next person to step up to the plate if
Sly,
she
wasn't
left?
that Sly girl? That Sly Angel. I never could say her name. I think
One
I
Sly
Sly
Angel.
Angel.
I
Okay, so
think the
she's
Amber
new.
girl behind there. Amber's really a good person in her Discord now. I really
Okay.
think these other women are just gonna fill those shoes. You see, once that top mod leaves out, I
Right.
think
That's what I
that
meant.
leaves place for these other people to come in and step up and prove to Laura, look, I'm going to be your number one. I'm going to take this place. I just think it's just a new person that takes that place and steps up.
So weird. So weird.
And there's another person in there that I love a lot. And I really think, she's a good person, and,
Yeah,
and
she is.
she's an amazing woman, and I just think she don't have the time, and I think she's going to support her till the end. And and I don't blame her, because we were in her spot at once, and I would do the same. I mean, she's just overcoming cancer, and it looks like she's trying to show and put a good step forward, and it looks like she's going to leave us alone at the most part. And if she can do that,
She
I think
better.
Laura has a good chance at winning other people over at this point, new people that come in. And if she can break the cycle,
Yeah.
Makeup Mobster, if she can break the cycle, I give her hands up for that. If she can let this go and break the cycle, I don't think she'll ever break herself. I think she could put on a good facade. I think she's a mm,
And you know
psychopath. I
what?
think she can adapt to her settings. I think she's a
Right.
chameleon. I think she
Yeah, she
can.
is. She is.
You know
That's
what?
my. I'm not a doctor. This is my opinion only. Put all those conditions aside. I'm an empath, and I really had empathy for her. But at this point, after our 5-year friendship, yeah,
Right.
um, I can't do anything else for her. I just need to go on and live my life. I
Yeah.
have my own husband that I've been with,
You don't need
and I
the
need to leave
stress.
this YouTube behind. I'm not gonna be around for all of this. She can do what she wants.
Right.
I don't care anymore. I'm done. I am done. But I just wanted to clear up my and Letha and Nadia's friendship. I didn't want to leave a bad stain on our friendship. I can't say what they did outside. I
Right.
can only clear up this, and I want to answer the questions that
I
all
just
these
find it weird that
haters
they
have.
had. I find it strange that neither one of them, if they left Laura's group, I know they're still lurking in the bushes somewhere.
Oh
Why
yeah,
has either one
definitely.
of them
Yeah.
come out and said, you know
No.
what, I knew that this was happening, or I mean, you know what I'm saying? I knew that this was happening. I'm sorry. They need to take accountability too. Like you
Yeah,
guys took the accountability.
I wish they would have, but instead they went talk to Laura behind the scenes. Instead, they called Laura and talked to Laura and told her what to do and say. And I'm really sad and I'm really upset about them because the last thing Nadia told me was, "Hey, I need a break from you. Unless you leave Laura, I don't want to be your friend." So I'm really upset at Nadia for that. She puts
Why
on
is
this
it?
big facade
Yeah.
for her friends and her groups of people behind the scenes how much she hates Laura and how much she don't want to be around Laura and how she this and that. And that's for all you OGs out there that think I'm so horrible, you know. But Nadia is telling y'all how much she hates Laura. But then she's gonna go coach her on what to say, and she's gonna have a 2-hour phone call with her.
Yeah, that's
Her
shady.
and Letha are gonna have a 2-hour phone call with her and coach her on what to say. Yeah,
I
okay.
knew somebody coached her because the second live when she came back the second day, she had a whole different attitude. I think the first day was Laura's reaction. That was her real raw reaction. The second live she did after that, and I still think it's disgusting that she put it up on a fucking, paywall
She
under
did
the
that because
highest level. But I think that she was coached the second day, right? And yeah, no, she's never gonna take accountability. We know that. Um, I think that she was coached the second day because you could tell she was like trying to act like she was taking accountability, and she's sorry, but she still hasn't taken full accountability because she won't admit what was said. And that's why I wanted to play the rest of this because I mean, if you hear her, and I don't expect her to take accountability because that's Laura, but it's like, Laura, you won't even take full accountability for what you said on the call. And then she tries to minimize it and downplay it. It's just sick. She's a sick fuck. And I'm sorry you guys got taken by her for so long and dedicated so much time of your lives to her, friendship. Sick. Red, you were
Yeah.
going to say something before. What were you going to say?
Oh, you know how when Tyra was talking, you
Mm-hmm.
know how Wendy and everyone used to say that, we were in like a cult there. I mean, that's actually
Yeah.
me and Tyra were talking, and that's exactly what it is. It's like a cult in
It's
there.
fucking weird.
And when you leave, I mean, it's like we're conditioned when you're in there. And you actually don't realize everything that's going on. I mean, you defend her, and when she's saying all this disgusting things, I mean, you're going along with her. And when
Yep.
you leave, I mean, it's like you can't even hardly listen to her anymore because the things that come out of her mouth, you're just like, I
Yeah.
can't believe that she's saying these things.
It's
You
so
know,
hard.
it is. And when when we said these when we were in there, we're like, well, when these people leave, do they give them a pill to make them go back to being normal? But it's
Right.
not even funny. It's not even funny because it really is like a cult. It really is.
Oh, yeah.
And it's sad.
I tell people that, and I feel like people think I'm crazy, but I'm like, I was in her group. I wasn't like, I never got in with like her real old people that have been there for a long time because I just like, I know what happens when YouTube friendships fall out. So I always tried to like avoid getting too close with the people that were there the longest, But I didn't go in her Patreon or anything like that, but she would add me to like the chat, and I really didn't come in there that much. But I was like, when she had those fucking weird mod meetings, is she still doing those when you guys were like,
No, no.
Okay, those were weird. I'm sorry. She would have these like meetings, and I'm like, these people are paying you, and you're like having meetings almost like you're the manager, and you're telling them like what they need to be doing for you, which
Right.
I don't know. I don't do that, and I find it so fucking weird. I don't know. To tell people like, to even tell people that you're in here for me and not for other people is fucking weird to me.
Yeah,
Like,
and when you're in it, you're like going along with it. And
Right.
I've told people I'm a smart, logical woman, and
Right.
why I supported and went along with this for so long. I'm like, I have to be a dumbass. Have to be.
No.
Had to be a dumbass to support this. I'm like, what the hell was I thinking?
I think she takes advantage of caring, loyal people. You know, like there's people out there that are just loyal to people no matter what, you know, and you put up with it for so long. I did it myself with her. You know, I knew Laura was a fucking asshole the second time around when I was talking to her. I told Tiffany straight up, I said, dude, there were two things I told Tiffany. One, when we were friends. One thing was that if you're ever expecting Laura to be a friend to you like you are to her, because I will say for Tiffany, like when her and I were friends, she was a good friend. You know, like she wasn't, she looked out for you. I think a lot of it was self-serving, and Tiffany just liked drama, so she like wanted to absorb your drama and everybody else's drama, you know, because it keeps her occupied. But I think that she was a good friend. She did look out for you. Laura's only looking out for Laura. And I had to explain that to her because I was like, dude, if you expect Laura to like go up on a panel and like defend you or even care about what's going on with you, don't, because that's not going to happen. She only cares when it involves her. That's the only time she cares. And I always told Tiffany the other thing was I never trusted Laura. Yeah, I just never trusted her 100%. You know, and you have to know that if you're gonna be friends with her, like, which then once you start thinking about it, you're like, why am I friends with somebody I don't fucking trust? You know, I always looked at it like it's YouTube and it doesn't really matter, but it kind of does. You know, at the end of the day, what didn't for me was just watching the way she treated other people. I couldn't like the way she would talk to some of you guys in there and like yell at you guys, even in her chat. People see it on her chat. I'm just like, how do you fucking talk to people like that or your friends like this? I don't understand it. I don't get it.
That's why I stopped modding. I would always get yelled at. I'd always get my name. Tyra, why did you do that? I would always get yelled at because she'd be like, Tyra, why did you do that? Why did you time them out? It was a mistake. I'm sorry. I'd be like, oh my God. So that's why I changed my name. That's why I changed my name, because I'd always get yelled at. And then she would forget my name. She would forget my name that I'd go under, because I wouldn't even go under, or I wouldn't even type. And then when they did sub to sub, when YouTube changed from sub to sub, we couldn't drop links like we used to. And Janelle used to always provide us the links. So we didn't
What
have
do you
the
mean
links
sub
anymore.
to sub? Oh,
like,
you mean like, yes.
Yeah, when we used to be able to just drop the links.
Yes.
We used to have mod code, and people laugh at it. People laugh at us, but back in the days, we had a mod of code honor, where you didn't disrespect people, you let people have opinions and stuff like that. It used to be open chat in Laura's, you know. We used to do different things in chat, like, and it just went all to crap. Mod meetings to me was good. Everybody was on the same page. We knew what to do, you know. And after that, when she just started giving out wrench to anybody and anything. But Laura does mod her chat pretty well. We really didn't have to do anything, because if she really wouldn't have anything to talk to if she didn't talk to her people.
Right. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of times where she just sits there and she's like reading her chat.
Yeah, exactly. So she does her chat pretty well. She really don't even need mods. So really, to have mods in there, it's just to drop her candle links now. We didn't have that back then.